Well, hello kids, welcome to Reading with Captain Rick. On today's adventure, we're going to be taking a look at Pete the Cat and the Supercool Science Fair by Kimberly and James Dean. Now before we read, we're going to do a science project. Today, we're going to do a volcano eruption. Now, when it comes to science, it's always important to be safe. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to put on our safety goggles. Now that we're all safe, we can begin. Now the first step of making this volcano eruption is we need 40 milliliters of water. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this beaker here, and you'll see that it's all labeled with the amounts of water that you're going to be putting in. And again, we need 40 milliliters. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go over to the sink and add in that 40 milliliters of water. Now that we have our water, it's time for the next step. The next step is adding 5 milliliters of baking soda and citric acid into our volcano. So what we're going to do, we're going to get the measuring spoon for 5 milliliters, and we're going to go ahead and fill that up. Now the final step before we mix all of the ingredients is taking our water and this red food coloring, and we're going to add 5 drops to make it really look like lava. All right, I think it's time to go ahead and pour the water into the other ingredients. Let's see what happens. Are you ready? Step back a little bit. Wow, look at it overflowing, just like a volcano. Wow, super cool. Now there's a lot of really nice experiments that you could do. If you want to, you can get a nice little science kit like Captain Rick did. This one has 70 different experiments in it. You can do one a day if you wanted to. That was really cool. I think it's time for a story. Let's go.
Pete the Cat and the Supercool Science Fair. Pete cannot wait for Friday. His school is having a science fair. Pete has never been a scientist. Now he can try it out. Pete's teachers tell the students they will do experiments in groups. Pete is in a group with Callie, Gus, and Squirrel. Our experiment is going to be groovy, says Pete. What should we do? Let's build a mini submarine, says Callie. Or grow a giant tree, says Squirrel. Or invent an invisible guitar, says Pete. Why don't we make a volcano, asks Gus. Whoa, they all say. Volcanoes are awesome. The group plans the experiment at Pete's house. His mom brings them snacks. Would any scientist like a cookie, she asks? They all raise their hands. The cookies are warm and gooey. The scientists check the big book of experiments for materials. They need glue, water, newspaper, paint, and a plastic bottle for the volcano. They need vinegar, baking soda, liquid dish soap, and a secret ingredient for the lava. Pete and Gus mix the glue and water. Squirrel and Callie tear the newspaper into strips. They cover the plastic bottle with glue and paper. It looks like a sticky white volcano. Oh no! The paint in the brown bottle is blue. What are we going to do? Asks Callie. They can't find brown paint anywhere. That's pretty cool, says Pete. Maybe it's okay that we have a blue volcano. We'll be the only group with a blue volcano, says Squirrel. Let's test the lava so we know the volcano will erupt at the science fair, Pete says. Gus pours baking soda and liquid dish soap into the volcano, and Callie adds vinegar. Nothing happens, at first. All of a sudden, a lot of lava starts coming out. Super cool, says Callie. The team high-five each other, but the lava is still coming out. Soon it is a huge mess. Oh, Mom isn't going to be happy, says Pete. At least the scientists are ready for the fair on Friday. When Pete and his team arrive at the fair, they see all the other groovy experiments. They all look awesome. Grumpy Toad and Octopus grew rock candy in jars. Emma and Marty made slime. We don't stand a chance, says Gus. Don't worry, we have the secret ingredient, says Pete. At the science fair, Pete's teacher loves the blue volcano. Wait till you see it erupt, Pete says. The whole class watches. Callie pours vinegar into the volcano. A second later, glitter lava gushes out. Everyone cheers. The scientists cheer the loudest. Science experiments are hard work, says Pete, but being on an awesome team makes them a whole lot easier.
What another groovy adventure. Hope to see you on the next charter.